Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Red and black wherever you turn, the San Siro is buzzing. Certainly up for this one. So we're up and running. Well, we all know of Johan Cruyff as the father of total football, but what can we expect from him? Shot a goal! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
That is a diamond of a goal. The planning immaculate, the execution brilliant.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
Chelsea are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank.
That's a great ball crossfield.
Vieira. Here's Sané. Sané going face-to-face with his great rival. Aimed beyond the defence. Nesta cuts it out. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Oh, it just needed a better touch, and you could see his annoyance.
Yeah, very careless, and I leave it at that.
Maldini knocks it into space. Milan leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Sané. Bellingham. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Mbappe. Rijkaard. Vieira can see things others simply cannot. Sané, and he's in on goal. And he's gone backward here.
Milan are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
And it's Bergkamp. He's being urged to shoot. Sané. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Pings in across.
Well, from experience, I can tell you he'll get a lot of stick for getting that one wrong.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Mbappe.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Vieira. And here's Cruyff. Sané. Chelsea finding their passes. Cruyff! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Oh, taken with style. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Chelsea grab the equal. Can he finish? Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
"15 minutes till half-time. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Now it's Mbappe. Maldini. Now it's Mbappe. This might spell danger. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Pass somewhat off target. Bale. Bergkamp. It's Bergkamp! Goal! Milan! And they get themselves in front! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Milan get themselves into the lead.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
He has a look up. Bellingham! Good first touch and almost as good a second.
Bellingham brilliantly took control of that, which was exactly what the situation required.
A poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. Maldini, and here's Mbappe. Mbappe showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Thuram. And it's Nesta. Mbappe! He is through here! Shoots! It's in! And once more we are all square. You score, we score!
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
This is quite a battle.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And there's green grass ahead of him. And it's Messi. There's the shot! And he nearly went all the way.
Listen, it really shows some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
This possibly the last play of the half. But it's Thuram. Messi has it out wide and in space. And he's heaved it away. And it's half-time here. Milan are involved in a terrific contest here. It's been a slugfest and a half. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half. Terrific half, 4 goals split evenly, beautifully set up for the second period to follow. There's the whistle then to start the second half. Nesta. Sane has it in a wide position. Tries a shot! Superb goal!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up.
Decent chance! Mbappe. Cristiano Ronaldo, a player who needs no introduction. Now it's Sane. Mbappe. Oh, looks a smashing ball. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. He won't be happy with that one. Oh, it's ruffled a few feathers, but well... Big chance! Sticks it away! And the lead lost no time at all!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Vieira did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And he shoots! Goal! Milan! And the comeback is complete. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Milan take the lead.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Tries to play it through. Messi. And here's Cruyff. Sané. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is face-to-face with the keeper. He's had a shot! Sané. And the pass is intercepted. Mbappe. Passing is crisp and sharp. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Rijkaard. And this is Ronaldo. Has a look and plays it forward. That has been slung wide. Oh, that's fabulous. Mbappe was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
It's admirable, but ultimately he didn't know when to look for support.
And this is Ronaldo. Bellingham, whose purpose now is to complete a hat-trick. Sané. And it's Vieira. Rijkaard. Shot could be on. And a shot! And that could have brought them level.
Such a good opportunity, Peter. I hope he doesn't end up regretting that miss.
Viene sostituito con il numero 10.
Chelsea choosing to make the first change. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Back into the middle.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
He's a sharp little ball here. Cafu. Pirlo is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Spread neatly. Gets good distance on it. It's gone out for a throw-in. Rijkaard. Well, that's an excellent interception. Rijkaard. Now it's Bale. Neymar. And here's Hullet. Cafu. Could try cutting inside here. And it's Pirlo. Very much into the last knockings. And this is Hullet. Well read. And the danger is averted.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Good ball, good take. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with. Now
it's Hullet. Donnarumma is there to clear. And he's there to retrieve it. Now it's Hullet. He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 7.
Chiellini has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
And that is it. The equaliser just wouldn't come. It is over. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Well, from behind, Jim, that is some win, isn't it?
Well, I've just got to give them great credit for the way in which they've managed to turn this around. Going behind seemed to strengthen their resolve, and it's been a wholehearted reaction and an absolutely terrific win.
My thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. The San Siro for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Luka Modric. He's someone, Peter, who reads the game that little bit quicker than everyone else. He's got...
Oh, shooting chance! Goal, Milan! And the game springs instantly to life.
Well, talking about stepping things up from the off, that's how you start a football match.
You don't keep those outs. He knew, he just knew.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Now it's Shevchenko. Zanetti makes the interception.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Now that's well seen too. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. And here's Shevchenko. Now it's Mbappe. He's found a way through. Thuram defending his corner. And Beckham! And the ball's come loose here. Oh no, what has happened here? There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Unrelenting, uncompromising pressure on him. Now it's Mbappe. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. And that interception was most necessary. Fallen! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Well, the keeper seemed to go into study mode then, and he's read it beautifully.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep. Decent chance! And yes, it's there! A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
Milan are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
And he shoots! Goal! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Mbappe is wide and looking to get onto this. Thuram did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now it's Shevchenko. In the end, they found themselves penned in. Nowhere to go. Now it's Bellingham. He's making a real surge on the left. Brilliantly cut out. Big chance! He scored! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Milan take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, this is nothing less than they deserve, Peter. They're in the driving seat now.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Insigne. And he skips past his man. He could be in here. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Baresi gets across to intercept that. And it's Insigne. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And this is Bergkamp. Bergkamp was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Mbappe! Oh, that's superb. Modric. Lorenzo Insigne. Now it's Hazard. And he stands tall, impenetrable. That has been cut short. Insigne. Pass somewhat off target. And it's Bellingham. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Seedorf. And it's Modric. Now it's Shevchenko. And the half-time whistle goes.
Milan are 2 up, and on the balance of things, I would say deservedly so. They had a very coherent game plan, and if they are allowed to continue in the same vein, I can only see the margin getting bigger.
Well, that has been a goal-blessed half. It is 3-1. Here we go again. Hazard could try cutting inside here. Modric, and he's gone backward here. And this is great chance! That's a throw. Bellingham. Searching pass he's played there. Can he latch on to this? And he's made sure that's not getting through. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And it's Hazard. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, that's nice. Piqué did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Lorenzo Insigne.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And this is Shevchenko.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And they're back on the ball again. Nicely aimed pass. Beckham cuts it out. Piqué. That looks a good ball through. Maldini promptly onto that, and that is that.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di 80.113 spettatori.
Maldini kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Nicely weighted ball. Maldini, always on the lookout for any signs of danger. Seedorf. Rijkaard. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And that's played in low. Khan claims it without any fuss. Lorenzo Insigne. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And this is Insigne. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. It's a promising position. Bergkamp. He's had it taken off him. Lorenzo Insigne. Maldini cuts out the pass. And it's Beckham. Nice looking ball. Lorenzo Insigne. Now it's Shevchenko. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Picked out, there's the shot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Relentless! Just relentless! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're picked.
And that's it. And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all.
Invitiamo tutti i tifosi a dare il proprio contributo alla nostra fondazione per l'aiuto.
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, you've got to say the Nerazzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. And already we're underway here. Another episode of this age-old tale, uncompromising conflict.
For me, Peter, Albert Ferrer was one of the very best defenders of the 1990s.
And of course he played in that most famous of all Catalan dream teams.
Yeah, not one of its most glamorous members maybe, but definitely one of the most important.
Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. And that is high.
The moans and groans are predictable. He felt compelled to try.
Not the best distribution from the keeper. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, super find. That has not gone well. And it's Doué. Looking to play him in. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Rijkaard makes the interception. Out for a throw. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Corner.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And it's been taken short. And here's Raul. Doué. And now they can spring out of defence. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Searching pass he's played there. And it's Owen. No goals as yet. Nice sequence of passes this. Now who's going to be first to this? Great defending, strong and determined. Mbappe could move up a gear here. Rijkaard. Now it's Bellingham. And this is Bale. It's Bale! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
There's a certain aura about him today. Tremendous.
Inter Milan are looking to go forward now. And the pass is intercepted. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. And he cuts out the supply. Quality ball. Probing pass. Piqué. And he's there to retrieve it. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. That's Owen. And he welcomes it in. He's Doué! Goal! Inter! A truly super goal. What a spiky hit that was.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And he skips past his man. Oh, that's a fine interception. Bellingham. But chance for a shot! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Played into space. That is good alertness. Rijkaard.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Raul unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Adams. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Zanetti looking to run onto it. And he's managed to get free. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Raul. And they can counter here. And he's intervened well there. And it's Beckham. Now, can they get him away? Doué. Can he spark a counter here? Now it's Owen. He won't be happy with that one. Bale. Bergkamp. And the half-time whistle goes. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break. You can be sure of that.
Numero 11, Owen.
There's the start of the second half.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
Raul, who needs just a moment to score a goal. And here's Mbappe, in with the challenge. Inter Milan trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game because you try and absorb in numbers defensively and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance.
And the shot!
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to go.
Can he finish? Defending of the desperate variety. No, again there's no way through. Takes a shot! He's got a goal! 2 up now, and they are cruising. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Inter Milan are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
And the finish! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Inter Milan appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Gerrard. He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certain...
He's having a shot! Yes, it's there! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now. Milan may only be one behind, but they're showing much in terms of threatening parity.
Great vision. And it's Bellingham. Zanetti has it out wide and in space. Oh, that pass isn't the best.
Milan really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Gerrard. Can he get on the end of this? A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Inter clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
That's a shade optimistic.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Doué. Foot in. Plays a sharp little ball here. Caught offside that time.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Milan can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Piqué cuts it out. That pass has been well intercepted. Oh, this is a great position. That has ended up in no man's land. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Bale is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it. I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Brilliantly cut out. Chiellini wins the duel this time.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
Rijkaard. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Can he latch on to this? Oh, that's fabulous. And that's it. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down by the odd goal. Well, how will we look back on that? Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Manchester United against Milan.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So it's down to business here. Manchester United have gone with what looks like an orthodox 4-4-2, Jim.
Well, the obvious standout in today's football in this system is that it provides you with extra presence in attack. With many shaky defences about, getting the right partnership in that department can pay rich dividends as long as there's a good early supply. So playing two strikers can be a real help to this team. I mean, 4-4-2 these days, Peter, gets a lot of criticism, but it's unfair. Any system can work if you've got the right players.
Now it's Mbappe. Probing pass. Saliba gets over and intercepts. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
This lad, Odegaard, is a player with quite a story. He was plucked at a young age from his native Norway, of course. He's done his tours of duty with a view to aid his development, and now he's gone full circle, posting some impressive figures along the way. He's a wonder kid who's really come good.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Odegaard. Neither side especially adventurous early on. And he's intervened well there. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Now this could be a chance. Done delicately. That's been cut out, well played. And it's Bellingham. Zanetti.
There they go, hunting again.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Looking for a runner. And it's been played through. He's having a shot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Goal! Manchester United! Manchester United take the lead. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
Manchester United have penetrated for the first time.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Threads one in. Now it's Neymar. Isco is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Looking to play him in. He's through here. That's good running with the ball. Maldini receives it in a wide position. Defending of the desperate variety. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. No way through. Manchester United couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And here's Neymar. Bellingham. Chance for a shot! It's in! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
And the shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Manchester United with the corner, they're first. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And he was quick to react. It's a searching pass. No, he's just misjudged that one. And that's put paid to a promising move. Forlan, and he's managed to get free. Forlan! And that would have been some goal.
Well, that was certainly impressive, Peter. Great run, just a shame the finish let him down.
De Jong. Messi. Can he get it through? He's in a great position here. Oh, such a clever touch. Isco has it out wide and in space. He's got tall. Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
Yeah, it's very well timed. A delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against.
Isco. Bellingham has found the net here, of course. Well, that looks a decent ball. There's the shot! Goal! It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Milan go into the lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Now it's Forlan. Oh, that's fabulous. And he was alert to it. And the first half is done. Milan come roaring back in quite some style. We've got a very different game now. So we reach the halfway point.
Well, give me a moment to get my breath back. What a super half of football. Incident-packed, goals, comebacks, and the match being turned on its head. Which way it's going to go from here, it's anyone's guess.
Milan head into the half-time break with a narrow advantage. It is 2-1. And we're already back up and running after half-time. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Bergomi. Pressing high and with purpose. Great vision. Oh, it's Bebeto. Mbappe. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Deftly away. Manchester United have it back and can go again. And there's green grass ahead of him. It's a promising position. He has found the way through.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Bellingham. Isco. Messi. Now it's Isco. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Bebeto. And he's lost his man here. That's an imaginative pass. Oh, well measured. He might be in here. Oh, he's been caught napping. It's Neymar! They've got to be quick to recover this.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
So we've reached the hour mark. Rijkaard. Tries to pass it through. Pass is just off target. Now it's Mbappe. Ødegaard. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Beckham gets it clear. De Jong. He's played it back. Searching pass he's played there. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Oh, well played. Messi. And it's Rijkaard. Beckham. Ambitious ball here. And he's picked it up out wide. Delivers with whip. And that's been repelled. And now the breakaway. That looks a good ball through. Zanetti, the man synonymous with solidity. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
That's been intercepted. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Into the last quarter of an hour. Isco, nicely weighted ball. And this is Messi. That's pretty clear, it is a foul. And that's going to be a booking. Well, the players are flocking round their fallen colleague, and they look worried.
Substitution for Manchester United.
Bebeto with a
Number
real
18,
chance here.
Messi.
And now as good a time as any to
Coming
pull
on
level.
replace him is number 7, Raúl. Substitution.
Bebeto! Decent hit from there. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Donatoni, and he shoots! And that is doing no harm at all.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
Stood up well to him there. Looking for options for movement. Oh, easy pickings there.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Picked out brilliantly. He's cut it out. Isco. Ødegaard. Now it's Mbappe.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
And he's been shifted off it. Isco. I think we're just about done here. And this is Forlan. Forlan was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Piqué kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive? That's just playing it safe and simple.
Could move up a gear here. Aims beyond the defence. And time is up. So the winners, bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Forlan, take Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Milan e Lazio.
The San Siro for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. If you're just joining us, we are already underway.
Well, when you say Brazilian fullback, there's only one man, isn't there?
Been a couple, Jim, haven't there? But I guess you mean Roberto Carlos.
I do, and probably the first of the current crop of fullbacks who played as a withdrawn winger.
And he's had some wow moments along the way.
He excelled.
Cleared without complication. Tries to play it through. Vieira. Now it's Hullet. Now it's Forlan. And he cuts out the supply. Oh, there's a probing ball.
Hullet really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Makaleli. And here's Ibrahimovic. And it's Lahm. It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life. Bellingham opts for safety. Vieira. Pull it. Out towards the flank. And it's Ferdinand. Pull it. Roberto Carlos could try cutting inside here. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Lahm proves just a little bit too strong. Oh, that's nice. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And here's Bellingham. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card. Roberto Carlos considers his options. A real opportunity here from a position of great potential. And it's Lahm. Messi gets into some space. Messi receives it in a wide position. Lahm plays it in. Abiati claims it without any fuss.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. You get a throw in. And here's Hullet. Vieira. Rijkaard does well to get it back. That's a cute ball. Oh, that's clever. Mbappe. He's picked his way through. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Picked out brilliant. It's Forlan! Now, who's going to be first to this?
Milan are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
Great vision. Now it's Forlan. He's shifting through the gears here. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Chance for a shot! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Milan have taken the lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, that's fabulous. No, it's come to nothing. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary.
Milan really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Knocks it out wide. Looking to go deep. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Vieira. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Knocks it into space. Just eases him off the ball. Looking for options for movement. Pass is just off target. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Haven't played that badly. Getting caught again on the counter-attack is unlikely. They're switched on to that, and still very much in this game.
Milan have played well here, and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0. And the game has already resumed here. Milan carrying a one-goal lead. Ibrahimovic. And this is Hullet. Roberto Carlos is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Now it's Bergkamp. Now it's Forlan. Belletti. He's a sharp little ball here. Turns and goes back. And a chance! There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Mbappe is in a really good position out wide. Thuram. It's an inviting looking ball, that. He is through here. No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. And it's Hullet. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Can he get on the end of this? That's good vision. And he thumps it clear. And that is as far as they're going to go. Threads one in. Messi. Messi! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Yeah, certainly could have been something so much more.
Belletti looking to play him in. Ferdinand cuts out the pass. Oh, well played. Looking for the run. Maldini calmly anticipates. That is good alertness. Vieira. Oh, easy pickings there. Now it's Messi. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Goes long and straight. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Tries to pass it through. Bellingham was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Lahm gets across to intercept that. Now it's Messi. Your impression so far, Jim?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist, Peter, in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now.
Now it's Bergkamp. He's on it, can he get away? Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. It's run loose here. Beckham, and Beckham! They want to be quick to recover this. And it's Maldini.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 24. Viene sostituito con il numero 10.
Ball's out, it'll be a throw-in again.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Now that looks a decent ball. Hullet. He's got away. Tries a shot! It's there! Lazio back on level terms. That is so good, such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 9.
So,
Numero
time for
35.
changes on both sides, actually.
Il numero 79.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the
Il
game.
numero 5.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
Roberto Carlos promptly onto that, and that is that. Makaleli. Lam. Milan are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do so.
Lazio clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. No, that's been intercepted. Good running, strong and purposeful. And here's Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Ibrahimovic clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Desperate defending required here. It's a mighty effort! Oh, crossbar! Danger averted for now. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Lazio finding their passes. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's in space and looking for options. Oh, that's well spotted.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe
Ci
both
saranno
sides
3
just going to
minuti
have
di
to settle
recupero.
for the draw now.
Not the most accurate pass. Well timed, excellent interception. Vieira. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Tonali. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And he welcomes it in. And he's managed to get free. Now it's Roberto Carlos. And we're done. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either side. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. We have already started here.
Well, full-back biases aside, it's hard not to admire a player like Maicon, a player who offers so much going forwards.
And backwards, surely.
Yeah, backwards too. I mean, having him in your lineup is like having three players in one. He's defensively sound enough to be an old-fashioned full-back while having the attacking prowess of a winger.
And he's sure, therefore, to be one of the busiest players on the pitch today. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Milan looking to pass their way through. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Tries to pass it through. Mbappe! Goal, Milan! Terrible error, duly punished.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
Johor Tazim finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Now it's Mbappe. He's shifting through the gears here. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Beckham. Oh, this is a very good run. That's cause for mild irritation. Oh, that's well spotted. And it's with the keeper. So, what can they make of this? And this is Inzaghi. Foot in. Looking to play him in. Now it's Bellingham. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and
It's Son Heung-min! Tremendous from Son Heung-min! He's got himself an absolute peach. That is remarkable, all square in a matter of moments.
yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Johor Tazim grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Decent chance! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
The timing of the pass and run was exquisite.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Tries to get it clear. Johor Tazim are looking to go forward now. Now it's Son Heung-min. Maldini gets over and intercepts. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Mbappe unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Beckham, and he shoots! It's there! And the comeback is complete! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, that's real
Chance! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Yeah, the ball in there was simply superb. He won't be too happy that it's gone to waste like that.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And here's Bellingham. He's on it. Bale! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Bale has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Now it's Son Heung-min. Now, can they get him away? Now it's Inzaghi. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Mykon's... Oh, what a climb! He will be livid with himself. McManaman. Looking for options for movement. Ambitious ball here. And he cuts out the supply. Beckham. McManaman. Played out towards the right wing. Rijkaard. Zanetti. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Played out wide. Bellingham. Beckham demonstrating his defensive quality there. To Beckham. And the pass is intercepted.
Has been indicated.
McManaman. Neymar. He's cut it out. Threads one in. He's been taken down and the referee has pointed at the spot. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. So this to pull level. What a save from Peter Schmeichel! And he has failed from the spot, and the whistle goes. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half, neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. And we are up to the break.
Well, give me a moment to get my breath back. What a super half of football. Incident-packed, goals, comebacks, and the match being turned on its head. Which way it's going to go from here, it's anyone's guess.
And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Milan can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Piqué does really well to win the ball there. Bellingham. Beckham. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Piqué cuts out the pass. Now it's Bale. That's a shade optimistic. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
McManaman. No, that's been intercepted. Now it's Neymar. And there's green grass ahead of him. And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Yeah, Peter, I think the smartest of reactions, and he just attacked the danger.
Piqué kept his eye on it, and he's there. Serginho gets into a good position. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Milan needing a change of fortune here. And this is Inzaghi, and that's a dangerous ball. Bellingham. Rijkaard. It's good pressure, good intensity.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
Nice interception, well timed. And he thumps it clear. Played back. And it's Maicon. Well, that pass isn't the best. Over to the other side. Serginho is always looking to play quality balls. Piqué can get it clear.
Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. And no, that was never going to make it. He's had it taken off him. Bellingham. And it's Neymar. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. Great vision. That is good alertness. And he plays one through. Chiellini calmly anticipates.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Icon. Nicely weighted ball. Pass is just off target. Piqué. He won't be happy with that one. He's a sharp... He's had a shot! He scores! A two-goal lead and they're firmly in control.
The goal scorer!
So smooth. A signature finish.
I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
Tazim take a two-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, everything is going to plan, Peter. A day for a regular managerial heartbeat, at least for one.
Oh, well measured. And he's managed to get free. Son Heung-min had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out.
Well, I appreciate the fact he's trying to make a difference, and if he carries on like that, he may well do.
Mbappe, and he's there to get it away. And he's had it nicked away. And this is Neymar. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. And he's going to have his name taken.
Well, sometimes a loose foul can trigger a completely different spell of play, and it makes even less sense.
It's a good 35 yards out, this. Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy, and they are dragging it back. Game on again. A true beauty of a goal, so brilliantly executed.
Well, he made it look effortless, clearly a training ground perfectionist.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
Just 5 minutes left. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Not the most convincing of passes. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. McManaman.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Hit into the middle. Sergi gets good distance on it. Oh, easy pickings there. Searching passes played there. Neatly clipped into space. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Zanetti in towards the back stick. Well, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. And just to confirm that the referee did issue a yellow card for that earlier incident. I think we've got just about enough time for this free kick. Surely now! Decent enough try. And that is as far as it goes. Milan did lead. Indeed, they controlled, but they managed to throw it all away. A defeat made even more... Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Red and black wherever you turn. The San Siro is buzzing. Certainly up for this one. There's the whistle.
Well, just when you think you've got Eden Hazard, Peter, he opens up another box of tricks entirely.
And that's the thrill about him, isn't it? Every time you come and watch him play, he seems to come up with more and more surprises.
Well, I mean, that's the key to the job, isn't it? Find a different way of doing the same thing, and that he basically excels at. He's fantastic once he comes inside. Anything is possible.
Now, can they get him away? But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Referee has just said play on. And it's Azar. Messi. Tries a shot! There it is! Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Ambitious ball here. And no, that was never going to make it. Timber. Oh, that's fabulous. And he's managed to get free. Shapes to shoot! He's scored! 2, and we've barely begun here. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager scream.
Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
He's having a good look here, so the perfect chance to get one back. Denied by a great piece of goalkeeping.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
Milan are already 2 behind. Awful start. Nicely weighted ball. Dybala. That is good alertness. Zanetti. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Knocks it into space. And he's intervened well there. And it's Azar. And he plays one through.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And that's aimed into the middle.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
Now he's off and running. Zanetti calmly anticipates. And it's made its way to him. And we have our very first corner. Surely now! No, he didn't quite meet it right. He's picked his way through. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. He shifted it to the flank. Approaching the half-hour mark. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. And here's Mbappe. Passes short and sharp. There's the shot! It's fallen kindly here. Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Beckham. Zanetti. Bellingham. Bellingham! They've got to be quick to recover this. Oh, the keeper's equal to it.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Referee has taken his time, but it is going to be another corner. So, third corner of the game. Keeper's dealt with that. And now a sudden chance to counter. That has ended up in no man's land. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Looking for the run. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. And it's Beckham. Oh, that's a fine interception. Mbappe. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. He's shifting through the gears here. Chance, surely! And it's come back out to him. He's got a goal! And they're at it again in double quick time. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky, it'll come your way.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. This looks promising. He's found a way through. Real chance! Rijkaard. Can he get it through? Oh, he's burst through! Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. And there is the half-time whistle. Staggering, just staggering. Not in their wildest dreams would they have expected a half-time scoreline like this.
Ricordiamo a tutti I tifosi che sul maxi schermo è possibile seguire le notizie sul traffico.
And the action is back underway.
Well, things just haven't quite clicked, Peter, have they? They're behind and they deserve to be, but they've had a chance to regroup now, so we'll see how they come out.
Chance! They've scored! And the headlines continue to get darker and darker.
It's a mass exodus now. Certain sections of the stadium are leaving in droves, and you can't blame them.
It's become a case of men against boys. Bellingham showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Engages and forces him off the ball. Some resolute defending there. Dybala. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And he's on his way! Messi, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
Plays a sharp little ball here. Hazard is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And he's picked it up out wide. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe. Lofted in. Cleared without complication. And here's Messi. Oh, shooting chance! It's there! And it adds further to a heavily one-sided scoreline. This is getting punishing.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.
Per il Milan. Numero 11.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Lasciano il campo per il numero 79. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Great vision,
Il numero 20.
somewhat off target. Milan are, of course, in a position to... Goes for a shot! Keeper always had the measure of that.
Well, he looked pretty much unstoppable there. The only thing missing was the finish, of course.
And it's been taken short. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Howson promptly onto that, and that is that. Tries to play it through. Has crossed into the middle. He can get that clear. Bellingham.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
He's in a great position here. He's one-on-one! Picks out brilliant, and he shoots! He scores! It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
When the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Milan grab a goal, but it's hard to see it as anything much more than a consolation. Forlan is having a shot! Forlan! Fantastic! A finish of true class! You just know there is no stopping that.
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out. It was...
Oh, terrible pass. Just the keeper to beat, takes a shot! And it's in! It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
Attenzione, un cambio.
Couple of changes then in quick succession.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Well, they have a goal, but it is surely too much to hope for a comeback.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Looking to play him in. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Milan have scored 2 quick goals here and have... Can he finish? Off the post! Azar. Foot in. Beckham. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Good ball, good take. He is through here. Over to the left. He is just caressing the ball. Chiellini defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Onana. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. That is a great pick out. He's got away. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, extraordinary.
Ci saranno 5 minuti di recupero.
Howson. Looking for options for movement. That is a brilliant interception. Can he get on the end of this? And reclaimed it in a terrific header. That was quite a test for the goalkeeper. Timber. And it's Rice. Timber. Rice. Keep the ball. And that is that. Milan cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. The San Siro for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. And already we're underway here.
Now there's a headline maker, Steven Gerrard.
Focal point for any team he plays in.
Yeah, I suspect he may be deployed as a more holding midfielder, but that seems wrong when you know how good he is. 30 yards.
Chance for a shot! Goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Vittoria are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So, a breakthrough already. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
Chiellini kept his eye on it, and he's there. And it's Rodri. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cristiano Ronaldo. That's Beckham. And here's Shevchenko. Messi. And it's made its way to him. And he's on his way! Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Not getting too much time on the ball here, that is good pressing. Roberto Carlos. That's an imaginative pass. Piqué cuts it out.
Milan are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Gerrard. Chance here to counter. Now it's Hullet. Rodri is onto this. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. He's had it taken off him. Shevchenko. Can he finish? Andrei Shevchenko! Formidable! Truly formidable! That is a gem! An absolute gem! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Vittoria are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Played back in. Van Dijk. And the shot! Oh, this looks sharp.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
And this is Roberto Carlos. It's a mighty effort! And that's caused a worry or two.
Shevchenko certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Now it's Forlan. No, he wasn't going to be fooled.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Zanetti, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And he welcomes it in. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Davids, can he get on the end of this? Now it's Forlan. And that's another good win of the ball. Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Some really good ball movement. Forlan. Jard plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Oh, that's a key interception. Beckham. Zanetti. Can he get it through? Messi. And Messi! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
And he's intervened well there.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Schmeichel pumps it upfield. And we've reached half-time. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Milan certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep imposing, don't leave the door open for the opposition.
And we are already promptly back underway.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably see...
Shoots! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Bellingham actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Davids. Might be danger here. Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
And this is why almost every team presses from the front these days, Peter. If you get it right, it creates more chances.
Well read, nice interception. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Shevchenko. Oh, they could be caught out here. Piqué. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Vieira. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Victoria appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Nicely weighted ball. Mbappe unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Maldini. He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Bellingham. It's a pretty loose pass. Rodri. And it's Davids. Great defending, strong and determined. Vieira. Well, that has not gone well. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Victoria clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And that is a little... Shot, surely! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are cruising away. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
This is such a dominant performance. The defence are sick of the sight of him, but he doesn't look finished just yet.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. And here's Messi. It's run loose here. Now it's Forlan. Bellingham.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
And he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Hullet. And that has put paid to that. Rodri making good progress on the right-hand side. Chips it through. It's gone all the way through to the keeper. Davids looking for the run. And here's Shevchenko.
Milan really have been second best here, second to every ball, and they can't have any complaints about where they are now. The good thing is they haven't given up, but it's not looking favourable.
Messi puts his foot on the gas. He's got away. Can he finish? He's scored! You don't keep those outs. He knew, he just knew.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
So, just the consolation, or is there a way back from here? Threads one in. Messi. Victoria can breathe again, just.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Now that's well seen too. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. So that's it. It is all over. Milan were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is...